Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building. Their album is out right now. We got the Locks.
No doubt. What up?
What up, fellas? What's going on? Album out right now.
Everything great. Feeling good.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. What's up with y'all?
We doing straight Zoom or we doing headphones?
Straight Zoom.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, everything is good, man. The album sounds amazing. It's refreshing. It's one of those albums that make you want to go on a jog, as Kiss is doing right now, or made you want to hop on that bike, or make you want to work out. It gives you that feeling. It restores the feeling. So let's talk about the album.
Absolutely.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Usually you guys take a long time for music, but the music is coming. So let's talk about the album. Did y'all do it pandemic style? Did y'all do it before pandemic? Did y'all get together in the studio? How did it come together?
This is definitely before, man. We had a bunch of records and we made a bunch of new ones. This way before everything took place. Yeah.
It was definitely in the studio. It's definitely we've been working forever since the people been asking for it, but trying to get the business straight and ownership of the masters, and you know what I mean, that was really the time lapse between all of the albums. And once we signed with Rock Nation and got a partnership, able to own our music and be in control of our business, we finally decided to let it out. You know,
but it's been 20 years. It's very hard to
That's how long it takes to get your rights back in this game, Charlamagne. You know that?
Yeah, but now we've been giving y'all like Trinities and all kind of projects.
Filthy America.
Everything. Filthy America.
Little finger foods, but this is an entree prepared by Big Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't even when you look at the statistics, you like, damn, it's only the Locks' third album. Like it seemed like y'all put out so much catalog. You can't believe it's only your third studio album.
Because we have been putting out a bunch of music.
That kills me when we do interviews and they say, so your new fourth album. Like we 80 years old. How we only got 3 albums?
Yeah.
If mixtapes counted for albums, we probably have the most albums in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
How has the creative process changed as you've gotten older? Because like, you know, it was 20 years ago that the last Locks album dropped. Even though y'all did put out mad music, solo projects, mixtapes, everything, but how has the creative process changed as you've gotten older?
Not really creatively, more like content, because we got older. The things we talk about. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, before we was trying to get our hands on a kilo and you know what I mean? Now we own businesses and all type of stuff. So you gotta figure out a crafty way to just show your evolution.
I was watching the podcast that y'all did with Mary J Blige and Angie Martinez, and she was talking about how, you know, how she knew y'all growing up, and she said Style was 7 at the time and lived used to hear her sing, and you know, taking the demo and bringing it to Puff. I always thought if Mary would have started a label at that time, would y'all have signed to Mary?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Definitely. Absolutely.
For sure. 1000%.
Shout out to Mary. Like I always tell people, she didn't want anything after that. Even watching us blow up.
Mary probably did the best business with us than anybody.
Absolutely.
She got us a deal and it won a nickel. Word up.
Word, that's a fact.
She don't even get a finder's fee. They always talk about finder's fee.
Nothing. She ain't want nothing.
She let her cousin get that. Our man that actually gave her the tape.
Yeah.
We let our man Bach get the finder's fee, who was part of our entourage, that actually passed her the tape that we passed him. We let him get the finder's fee.
Wow. You know, y'all talk about the evolution of y'all music, man. A record like Miss You. Like what place did each of y'all have to get in your lives to realize like that's the message you want to send in the song? Because y'all represent the streets.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to get brothers out of it.
Absolutely. Like I said, I was born in the streets, but I was just smart enough to move. You know what I mean? Whatever I went through, I don't want my kids to go through at all. So kind of that's what I was at with it.
And just putting that message out there to the young dudes that was like us, that's probably still hustling, you know what I mean? Taking penitentiary chances. You do it to get out of the game.
Absolutely.
Nobody want to hustle or risk your life to stay there. You know what I mean? You try to make a better way for yourself, your family, your loved ones. That's the overall goal, getting out of it.
How do you what you say, Sal?
I said if we don't get that message to the hood, who will? Like, you know what I mean? The hood people, a lot of the regular world who hear hip hop kind of misconstrue it all the time. I think hood people just want to always be in the hood. A lot of people want better. A lot of people want to strive for better. A lot of people want better situations. but they have to be informed that it's possible, and you know that it's cool to do it, and it's cool to strive for better. Like, and a lot of people are mostly like that, but most people don't know that. So we're just trying to broadcast the message, like, you know what I mean? It's to the best of our ability.
Now the evolution is evident. I mean, you know, y'all brothers, y'all juicing, y'all plant-based. You see y'all out there exercising in the morning. But what do you do when a brother comes up to y'all and say, yo, I stabbed somebody to the locks back in the day. I shot somebody to some locks music back in the day.
I hear that all the time.
Salute that.
I hear that all the time. Yo, you got me through my bid and this and that. And yo, I be wilding to y'all, son. I be like, yo, that's what's up.
I be feeling horrible. I ain't gonna lie. I apologize. I say I feel horrible. I say we gotta both do better. Like, you know what I mean? But it happens. Like, you know what I mean? That was part of the energy, and you understand it. But that's all of our process and moving forward. So we take those exact moments to say, all right, that happened with us. Now we gotta move forward and do better. Like, you know what I mean?
Now, you guys have been together for a long time as a group, and not one time have we heard of the Locks fighting, beefing, bickering, and you don't hear that with groups at all. So how have you guys stayed so solid throughout the times? Because, I mean, y'all brothers, and brothers got to fight once in a while. But
keep it behind the door, man. Once we got any disagreements, we go in.
Yeah.
Chew everybody's, get your ventilate amongst each other, curse each other out, whatever. When we go out the door and close it, all that stuff stays in the door inside.
Right. Keep the respect for each other, and it definitely won't be on no social media, none of that, ever.
For sure.
Who gets
never
cursed?
hit sin.
Who gets cursed out the most?
Probably Kiss.
Definitely.
Yeah. Probably Kiss. It's probably Kiss.
What?
I don't know what Styles.
He's a single child, man.
he's only
so am I.
You grew up with Uncle Edo right there.
Yeah, true.
You had to share the room with Uncle E. You know what I mean? Kids ain't have to share rooms. Like, you know what I mean? So he's a Gemini, man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You beat me to it. You're a Gemini. It's crazy.
You know, it's a lot of references to Instagram on this album. Is social media like one of the best sources of material for bars nowadays?
Nah, not for me. I can't stand it. I'm barely on it. I'm barely on any of that, man. My brothers their numbers is up. I ain't really on that joint.
Man, we figuring, it's the new wave.
Yeah.
You gotta use it to your advantage. Don't let it disrupt your mentality or your mental. And I mean, that's it.
Keep social media.
It's the new way of promotion. It's the new street team.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
new street team. You gotta use it.
That's a good point.
What about the My America record?
Yeah, my man Benjamin.
Oswin Benjamin.
That pain
man.
Out on there.
Shout out to Dazel too.
That record, yeah. Absolutely, my bad. Shout out to Dazel.
Shout out to Dazel, fixing that sample, getting it right. Yep.
No, that joint is fire. Like, we was talking some real stuff on there. It took a lot. Actually took a lot to make that record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Late night.
Yeah, that was I wish we could have documented that session. It was a rough one.
Yeah.
What happened in the session?
You're also rough about it.
People were going through it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
brought me back. It brought me back to a lot of things I was going through. So I was trying to express it, but Luch called me and I heard the thing and it just touched my soul. And then just trying to get through it, everything was picturing. I was like visioning everything, and it was hard to get through. Mm-hmm. It was very hard to lay, but made it through. They hugged me, got me liquor, left me alone, gave me a joint, came back, checked on me, said, you good?
Yeah.
I had to scream, had to yell, had to cry, but verse came out.
Yeah, on the record, you say you talk about how you done cried so much, you almost tired of crying.
Hell yeah. Especially now, COVID, black people, racism. It's every day you kind of cry now. It gets sad sometimes, you know
Definitely.
What I mean?
Very, very dark time. That's why the song.
Very dark times.
I was wondering when I'm hearing the song and I'm listening. I'm like, what's an ideal America for y'all?
Wow, that's a great question. I think an ideal America for me is definitely where we get some equality first and foremost. You know what I mean?
We ain't gotta be worried about our kids when they go outside.
A fair shot for our children, point blank.
I think we've been spiritually attacked for so long that it's the toll is too much now. Like, you know what I mean? And I think we just need some equality and fairness as human beings. Like, it's been far too long, and I think the whole world, just as human beings, should want to step up. It's a lot of black and white kids mixed, a lot of mixed races. It's it's so much division that it's just overwhelmingly painful.
I agree with that. That's why even when you talk about exercising, man, the exercising for me, it ain't even just about physical. It's about emotionally and mentally escaping for a minute.
90% mental, working out and exercising, for real.
The mind is the strongest muscle in the body.
True indeed.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, I want to ask, watching the Verzuz battle, right, and watching so many people give the flowers to Kiss, did that make you guys want to say, you know what, the Lock should do a Verzuz? Because, I mean, you got so many joints, and so many people forget about some of the street anthems and records, hits, and all the bangers that you guys put out. But is that something that you guys would think about doing?
We've been asked that.
I think we need to do one. I would love for the Locks to do one, because Verzuz is one of the only platforms where it don't matter about your accolades. It don't matter what you sold. You get up there and strategize your playlist accordingly. It's about that. You know what I mean?
It gotta be the right verses, though.
It's all about cultural catalog with the verses. That's
absolutely.
It.
Yeah.
And what did you guys think?
Who would it be? Who would it be against?
I don't know, man. I think that y'all have a very unique space in rap. Like, I can't even, like, who's the 3-man rap groups?
Ain't none.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the
I always
said, a very unique place in rap.
I always said it'll have to be like Dipset, or like, but they're not really a group, right? It's just a bunch of different artists. G-Unit is a bunch of different artists. It could be like Outkast. We go against Outkast.
Dipset's a group.
Yeah.
Or maybe or have to be D-Block versus
right. Yeah.
D-Block versus
the Locks. It's what you always say. Everybody ain't even together no more, man.
Yeah, one strike, you can't. And only Havoc can show up without P, because P died. Yeah. But everything else, if you call it a group and only 2 members show up, you already lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We ain't going for none of that.
That's how I felt watching 112. I was like,
2 members. It was only 11 there.
What did y'all think when y'all seen Jadakiss and he was drunk and high?
I thought he was good. I thought he was, I
wasn't high, Envy. That's why I was so drunk. They didn't let me smoke, man. They lined me up.
He was regular. He was kind of
like regular.
They see me like that. They always see me like that.
Yeah,
that's show
like rock the stage.
I looked it like that to the world, but to them, I was regular.
That's right before the show, man. You know how it go. You know what I mean? So that's right before the show energy. So I was drunker than him, to be honest, watching it.
Oh, celebrating it?
They said P had the paper towel bandana on and all that.
Yeah, I had to throw it back, man. You know what I mean? I was chilling watching that. That was a good joint though, man.
Really fun.
Now the record Do To Me. Is it difficult even at this stage of y'all career to go in there and make those kind of records? Because they're almost like the radio woman friendly records.
Yeah.
Now we actually had fun making that. We all was in Cali at Scott Storch's crib. We had fun. We made like 3 records that night. So it wasn't, the young Locks would have been a little stubborn to that kind of song. But like I said, we grown up now, so we understand what it is. We ain't got to kill everybody or sell a bunch of keys. We do that casually. We like to dance and make songs for the ladies also. You know what I mean?
For me, I was surprised. I ain't gonna lie, I was surprised how fast I got through that. Like I thought
we gotta do this, man.
The vibes. Yeah, we had good vibes going that night. The vibes was beautiful.
Yeah. I was having fun. I was enjoying it. Like those kind of, I'm usually reluctant with those kind of records, but I just follow my brothers.
I stuck to my guns on that, baby.
Yeah, you sure did.
It's good love, Luch, man. Good love, Luch, man. I stuck to my guns on that, baby.
Luch like, we doing this. I'm like, all right. We doing it, bro. You got it. I ain't gonna argue with you. But then I actually got, we had a ball and a blast doing it, so it was kind of fun.
Now, the record,
I don't think you didn't. I think that Dwayne The Rock was more You didn't want to do that more than you didn't want to do that.
Yeah, those was the 2 records I didn't want to do, but I had fun doing both. Those was my 2.
What was the other
Rock, you got the Caribbean vibe on it. Yeah.
Dirty.
The Yachty joint.
The Dirty joint and the Jeremiah joint. Luch, B.A. Baracus me. You know what I mean? He big man from the Locks forced me to do those. But I actually love to do them, man. I'm glad I did them. I'm glad I listened.
I know a record you probably love, Styles, was Think of the Locks.
Definitely.
Benny the Butcher. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Zelda, man.
Now, Zelda reminds me of the Locks. I don't know if they're a group, but they remind me of the Locks.
Everybody the new Locks.
Yeah. They got some LOX offspring.
They got that energy. They definitely got that raw, authentic, sweet energy. And we salute and we give a big nod to what they do. Like all the younger fellas who carry the torch in what we do, we like to salute. My baby bro East, Griselda. Shout out to Vado. We never give him enough flowers on him repping. You know what I mean? There's a lot of spitters. Don Q definitely. He carry the torch for the city, and we just give
we ain't
him
no old grumpy dudes, man. We like some of the new guys, man. 100%.
When y'all go in the studio with them, I know you think I gotta bust their ass though.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
That's the same mind state as everybody.
Yeah.
We got that mindset with each other.
That's how we rap with each other. When I hear Kissing Styles, I'm like, man, I gotta go in. Period.
Word.
Yeah.
Well, I need to ask about that because I'm listening to the album and I gotta say, man, Sheik, I think I might have to give you MVP on this album, man.
Yeah, I was getting busy, right?
You was in a zone. I'm not gonna lie, you was in a zone.
Yeah.
Every song.
I like having fun, man. I like having fun, and that's it. Word.
So what got into you? Like, what was the inspiration? What made you say I'm about to really go in on this one?
These 2 dudes, my brothers, man. And then in the world, whoever's sleeping on me, I'm like, dude, Silverback, I'm here. Let's get it. Word.
And I think too, we haven't heard for a long time, Sheik. Like we heard Styles music, we heard Kiss. We haven't heard Sheik in a minute. So
absolutely,
question to hear you as well.
Wow, that's dope. Absolutely, yeah. Appreciate that, man.
What's your favorite?
Y'all gotta get up on. Hold on, y'all gotta get up on the beast modes, bro.
Yeah.
Go download on the beast modes, man. My brother stay busy, man.
4 right now, and beast mode and this new Woo Block, man. But what you saying, Envy?
I was gonna say, what's your favorite joint off the album? If you had to pick one, mine has to be "Gave It to Him."
Yeah.
And "Story," I think, are mine. Your favorite joints?
Definitely Gave It to Him. Commitment. Mm-hmm. It's a few. It's definitely a few for me, man. Loyalty and love, because that's just what we stand for.
Right.
So Kiss and Styles, when y'all hear it in the album, y'all like, damn, Sheik going in, Kiss, you like, damn, Styles going in, and Styles like, damn, Kiss going in. How does that make y'all feel as MCs?
It's a win for the team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It ain't like when it's us, it's a win. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's like crutches. It's crutches.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna get his ass on the next one. Enough people say that. I'm just planning to get his ass on the next one. It's all war, remixes and everything, bro. But nah, that's a beautiful thing. I think that's what keeps our brotherhood. If one is winning, we're all winning. And anytime I go first anywhere, I already know I was set up for failure. Anytime you lead off a track with these 2, I'll be like, I'm just doing my part, man. Because they diabolical thinkers, they're very strategic, very, very crafted.
I love going first on the record, Styles. Yeah. Nowadays, the DJ ain't even getting to the last song, man. Let me go first. We ain't getting to that. We ain't getting to it.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
that 30 seconds.
That worked for the look, but then you begin. Then sometimes I be like, damn, I should have thought of that line.
Yeah.
And I would have thought of that line if he would have went first. But nah, it's all love, man. We kill shit. That's what we do.
What feelings did the Rough Riders documentary bring out of y'all? Sitting back and watching that, what was it like reliving those moments?
Beautiful. I actually watched it all last night. I ain't never watched it till last night. I watched all of them at once. I thought it was amazing. Yeah, I binge watched all 5 parts last night at once. After my son's birthday party, I joined.
Yeah, happy birthday to them, man. Word.
Yeah, good luck.
It was stuff that I didn't even know about on that.
Yeah, I learned some history about them before they actually got to us. I didn't know some of that stuff.
Really?
I like how Wild was on his Debo, his Suge Knight. I didn't even know that about him. He's so calm and cool, like, you know what I mean?
I was going in niggas' living rooms.
Yeah. Y'all didn't know none of that. How he got y'all off the contract and the DMX. Y'all didn't know none of that.
We knew some of that, but with me,
we knew about us. We didn't know some of the other stuff. Everything with us.
I was like a quiet goon, but I thought it was always like D and his homies. But you know, okay,
Smart.
Yeah.
I like watching it. I appreciate watching it and just seeing from, you know, how long we made it from Bad Boy to Rough Rider to now, and our evolution just felt pretty much really dope. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I finished it up last night too, and I think, you know, I finished it up just as the album was coming out. So it just kind of, you know, like, wow, we've been here for a while, holding it, still look good, still rhyme good. From our draft class, a lot of people, you know, they don't get the love or the light we get or the support from the people. You know what I mean? Been able to balance the streets and sort of the mainstream out. So it's kind of really, and we was extremely ghetto. Jesus Christ. Shit.
Extremely what?
Ghetto.
Oh, yeah.
Ghetto. Lord have mercy.
They have no idea. Yeah.
Word. So that was beautiful.
What are you comparing it to, those Styles? When I see it, I just see some young brothers from the hood trying to make it. Like, what is ghetto?
It's
the album crazy, bro.
Looking, baby.
A lot of situations.
Tactics.
Yeah.
Throwing the chair at Puff.
I'm glad they edited that whole Boston thing the way they did, which is good.
Yeah, I was glad on the Boston. I was really glad on the Boston edit the Hawks. Just, you know, because I don't know. We was ghetto.
The Boston story was crazy because I was all the way in South Carolina at the time, and there wasn't no social media then, and I heard about that story. I'm like, how did I know about this?
Yeah. Now it was all over the radio. It was like the locks held it down, this and that.
Social media, we would have just been getting out of jail right now. Social media, we would have just been getting out right now.
That's a fact.
Do y'all think they covered enough, like as far as y'all are concerned, or is there more of a story to tell?
It's still some stuff for us.
A lot to tell about us. That's why we got the documentary coming.
It's a whole lot of us stuff.
I think the lock story is gonna be dope. When is the documentary coming?
We're trying to get a home for it now. So yeah.
Oh, it's done.
It's done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's done. We're looking for a home.
How long did it take y'all to finish that? Because y'all got history.
Shot it over years. We shot it over a matter of years, like course of time.
I ain't gonna lie. I think we gotta add a few things. Light touches.
We definitely gotta add some shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I didn't know, and I wonder if y'all gonna address this on the doc, because I ain't seen it on the Rough Rider doc. I never knew DMX was throwing shots at y'all on that record, Trina Mo, off the Great Depression album. What was that about?
What'd he say?
What song?
Trina Mo?
I don't know.
How'd that go?
Yeah.
It's off the Great Depression album. I wasn't really into that album because I was looking at this list and it was diss records you didn't know was diss records, and they was like DMX Trina Mo. Cause I guess he was mad that y'all I don't know what he was mad about. They said that's why I'm asking about it.
Hey, yo, you got me. That's new to me.
I never heard about that.
He just that kind of threw me off just now.
Oh, that
I'm
might
gonna
be.
call him after this. I'm gonna call him after this.
Yeah, I gotta call him and switch after this. You opened up a
Okay.
can. You just opened up a can, Sean.
Have y'all ever had friction though?
Of course. Can't be successful without friction.
Yeah.
X is our OG though. X, you know, he been running around a little before us, a lot before us. Yeah.
He even still sound fresh on Move On. I mean, on Bounce.
Yeah. He came in the studio ready. He was on time and everything. Came in the studio ready to work. Yeah.
Why do you think Yonkers don't get the credit it deserve for all this contributed to the culture? From Mary to the Locks, the X.
Not one of the boroughs.
WD.
Yeah.
Well, that area. Mm-hmm.
For one, you didn't know where it was at first.
Mm-hmm.
They was asking me, is it cows and deer and all that?
They was charging us as upstate. Yeah.
They just knew about like Mount Vernon and New Rochelle and all that until we came on the scene.
Mm-hmm. And I think all the acts you just named as far as X, Mary, and ourselves, we just give you ourselves. Like we happen to just get successful from being ourselves. So we're not selling you anything extra. Like all the movements you see, all the vibes you see, anything you see from us is we ain't riding any industry waves. Right. We don't follow the guidelines. We do what we do. We do it how we do it, and it's you know, I think we do, but it's just like it's raw. It's a raw salute. Like, you know what I mean? It's not all of the glamoring glitz and the hoopla. Like, I don't think no R&B singer in the world could beat Mary in the Verzuz. That's just my opinion.
No,
like, you know what I mean?
Not
so
even
when
close.
You know what I mean? So she's, you know, the greatest, one of the greatest female R&B singers of all time.
I never thought of that. You're right.
Yonkers,
it would have to be like, yo, who would it be? Mariah or
she's unbeatable.
It got to be like Aretha Franklin or somebody.
None of that count for Verzuz.
None of
Every chick that's gonna look at Verzuz, they'll mop their kitchen to Mary's whole catalog.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Mary.
It's not even close. So I think when you just make raw, organic, authentic music, and you come from a place like where we come from, and you know, you see the attitude we give off and that energy. It's either you gonna ride with it or not ride with it.
Absolutely.
Do you think y'all made the bar too high for young, or not just y'all, but when you got X, when you got Mary, when you got the Locks, if you were a young artist from Yonkers, that's a very high bar.
I think the bar was high. It definitely was high back then. But right now, these kids they don't care right now. They ain't even thinking about what they're rapping about. Yeah, it is.
I think you got to use your resources.
Yeah.
I think you got to use your resources because I think that was one of the Sporty Thieves' downfalls is not doing those songs with the Locks, X, Mary. That hurt them. Like, so coming from YO, if you get in the game, you got to utilize your YO resources.
Mm-hmm. But that's crazy. I didn't even know Sporty Thieves was from Yonkers till you said that.
See?
I didn't even know that.
I thought they was from Jersey.
Dude, was from my block. One of them. I went to school with one of them, and one of them lived on my block for his whole life.
Wow.
So what do you think that was? They just didn't know how to approach y'all? Or?
They knew us. We cool with them. We never had beef with them. They just tried to do it without the powers of the town.
They just want to do it without connection. They want to say they stood on their own.
Independent, yeah.
That bit them in the ass in the long run.
And you know what I think it is too? If you think about XStory, think about Mary's story, and think about our story. I think a lot of people don't know what it took for us and how long it took, and you know, all our trials and tribulations. And we've tried. Luke should tell you we try. But anybody who's gonna pop in the town, we gonna support it. I'm praying. I think it's a lot of dope talent.
I support everything from New York.
It's a lot of dope talent in the town, and I think it's gonna be looking pretty good. I think a few of them's coming out. You know what I mean? But like Kid said, it's about them extending their arm, coming through the juice bar, coming through somewhere, saying what up. You know, trying to figure it out, trying to make it work sometimes, and sometimes people just want a free handout without even knowing, without even knowing how to ask, without even saying, "Yo, all right, what could I do? How could I help? I could do this, get this done back, or I could, you know, you can't just be a stranger and expect this."
Besides the artists I deal with, I'm scared of these motherfuckers. I'm scared of all these artists. I don't be dealing with them no more, man. They done got at me already, Envy. Nah, I've been having my share with all that.
Did the J Hood situation leave a bad taste in your mouth?
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Absolutely. Word.
That Kurt Luch out.
Yeah, like, yo, man, this is what it's about. I can imagine what all these other guys go through with their artists. Word.
You the one that found them, right? Sheik, you the one that brought them to the table?
No, I just dealt with them a lot. I think once you get like close with somebody and like, you know, care about them, that's when they start. They was shitting on me like it was just me. No Styles, no Kiss, no nobody. And my brothers was quiet, they chilling.
You was with them more. You was with them more.
Absolutely. Word.
We was all part of the project, but they saw them with you more.
I learned later, like these other dudes, these Puffs and all of them, you know, you're an artist. They don't get that close with everybody. So that's how you got to do it.
What you was doing was what Rough Riders did for us. You gave a fuck about them.
Right.
And that's not the norm with the industry business. Like you're just a dollar sign to the label.
Right.
We actually cared about them.
Word.
So it hurt us more.
Yep.
That's why dudes get dropped every day. They don't shed a tear. They don't feel no pain because it's just a dollar sign or write-off. Yeah. We actually had love for him, you know what I'm saying? So it's different.
Was it the fact that he just wasn't like he He wanted to blow before it was his time, and that was the
so.
situation problem?
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, his homies in his ear like, yo, you don't need them. You could do this. You could do that. And that's it.
The computer era, man. The whole new era, the computer era. People being able to get in people's ear. Like the one thing, I think the difference with us three, we already came into the game knowing we wouldn't let anybody just get in our ear.
Absolutely.
And, you know, nobody was going to break us up off no bull crap people on the side were saying. And then two, like we ain't let that outside influence just keep be on us like that. Like if you have something to say about Luch to me, or Kiss to me, you must think I'm soft, and we got to scrap over that.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't talk bad about my brother to me, or vice versa. Like so, it was more so we cut from that cloth, which I think with the whole computer age, more than just hood, like all the younger MCs, you know, the game is spread out with technology. Now you get to hear other people from other places. They could gas you up. You think you could do everything on your own. And evolution is part of the process anyway, but I think technology thought he could sped up his evolution. Same way we went from the Locks to 1.5 D Block. He wanted to, you know, kind of do the same thing, but with his first album, too fast. Like, so, you know, kind of didn't make sense for us. And it was hurtful for us. So I still love him, like, you know, like a little brother. Just
I wish him the best.
With him, and I always wish him the best. Pray for him, pray for his family, but, you know, I wish him the best always.
I wonder if there's any type of reconciliation there, especially everybody older, everybody done learn more. Maybe.
We actually spoke to him. We cool.
I speak to him. I do a record. He asked me for a verse. I give him a verse and everything, bro.
All right.
I just ain't trying to do no longevity business in no music. I ain't trying to do too much. Like you said, we got sons who work too. Like, man, his son works. You know, shout out to Nook. My son Noah works. Like, you know what I mean? We got a whole bunch of artists on D Block. Shout out to Snipe. Shout out to Mock. Shout out to Dice Payne. Shout out to Whispers. Shout out to Forte. Shout out to Nino Man. I'm probably missing a few people.
Millie's.
Millie's. I get stoned. Y'all know. Pardon me, all who listen,
what up?
D Block Europe and so on. So we trying to expand, but we also trying to work with people who want to work with themselves and going to understand they got to take their artistry in their own hands. It can't, you know, you get in what you put out.
Absolutely. You know, timeless music is always relevant, man. But does it ever disappoint you or put you in like a little dark state when you realize like the content of Filthy America is still so relevant right now? Like that could have been the album y'all put out today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It sucks.
Some kind of songs always gonna get overlooked. Those type of messages, so you just gotta hope people like yourself absorb it and able to appreciate it, and you know what I mean. Maybe a few years they'll look back and say, "Oh, this was something we should have paid more attention to." But we don't do it for that. We just do it for the art of it.
I think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think just the state of where we at, like you're saying, and think about it, how that could work. Right now, it is depressing, but try to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and understand that as we at the boiling point. We've been at the boiling point for a long time, so you know it may get a lot worse, may get a little worse, but change is definitely gonna have to come. It's inevitable.
This idiot Trump on TV talking about I done more for the blacks and this and that, and dude, we don't need you to do for us. We just make it fair so we can do for ourselves. Period.
Ooh, that's a bar.
That's definitely a bar.
I feel like that with all politicians, though. I don't need you to do for us. Just make it fair so we can do for ourselves. I like that.
Yep.
We got to stop buying the politicians, man. That's what it is. At the end of the day, we have no. I don't want to quote. I don't know the doctor's name. I think it's Dr. Tisdale. I could be wrong.
Stacey Tisdale.
Yeah. If you don't have economical power, like you said, we don't mean nothing. It would kill a lot of other races in this country besides black people. We have no economical power. Mm-hmm. I feel the Dems, the blue side and the red side, both two wings of one bird. What have we gotten out of this party? It's the same constitution. No matter what party you pick, it's still the same constitution that was made when we were slaves and women didn't count for anything. So everything else in the world has advanced and changed, from clothes to technology to the microphone we on to the way they speak to light to everything. Everything has advanced except this constitution that was made by racist white men hundreds of years ago. So how is the Democrat or Republican Party going to work for anybody?
Morning.
Absolutely.
You know?
And
Right.
Kiss, how far are you
I
running?
think you're talking about Darity Styles, Dr. Darity, William Darity.
Yeah, I think you'd be right.
Yeah.
Kiss, how far are you running, Kiss? You've been running for a long time. How far do you run?
I'm actually power walking. I go from White Plains, Church Ave in White Plains to the Kensico Dam. I go up the stairs a few times. It's about 8.5 miles.
I see people walking past you like you on the block, like, yo, Dust, the album is dope, Kiss.
Yeah, I see some people here. Havoc. I usually see Havoc here every morning riding his bike.
All right.
That's dope.
We don't want to keep y'all from your workouts. I see Styles. He dressed ready to go for a run.
He said he's going at about 2 o'clock today.
We go around 2. Yeah, I get my little 3 miles in. Yeah.
Luch got to go after he watch The Price is Right.
Absolutely.
Everything
stop with The Price is Right.
On The Price is Right.
That's right. Get me on there, kid.
You want to do
love
Price
it,
Right?
dog.
Huh?
You want to do Prices Right?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, he loves it. He don't do nothing till he watch The Price is Right. We can't go to the studio. We can't have a meeting.
Dude,
even on family vacation.
I go upstairs in my room real quick.
Yeah, you gotta watch The Price is Right.
Yo, that would be one of the highest rated Prices Right ever if Sheik Luch is on The Price is Right one more.
And I'm going to win. And I'm going to act a fool. Yo, they call me up there. I'm like, yo, that ain't Luch. I'm bugging. Word.
Come on down.
Word.
All right, y'all, let's get to a record off the album. What y'all want to hear? What should we get into?
Pick one, Styles.
Think of the locks, man. Why not?
Oh.
Think of the locks.
Think of the lot.
Like
Why
that.
not?
Think of the lot, West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher. Appreciate you guys for checking in.
And want to
hold on. We want to say something.
Okay.
We love Conway too.
Absolutely.
We wanted the
Hell
whole
yeah, the
Griselda.
machine. You know what it is.
We love Conway the Machine. I don't know how it got lost in translation. We asked for Griselda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we just want to let Conway. It's probably the label fault or our fault for not telling the label right or expressing it right. But we love Conway and let the fans know we love Conway. And we all got joints together, so we just want to send our love like that.
Yeah, and the way all of y'all record music, the way Griselda record music, I know y'all all gonna get one together with everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to just salute y'all on being legends, man. Y'all longevity in the game, that needs to be celebrated. You know what I mean? It needs to be celebrated that 20 years later, y'all on your 3rd album. Fresh.
Absolutely. Much love, King.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Y'all be safe.